All right, so the CPI is going to be coming out on Friday, which is the 10th of June. Okay, so we already have prior expectation. Right now, the street consensus is that the year over year is going to be at about 8.3% or so. I think my own expectation would be somewhere along the line of the street expectation as well, at about 8.3% year over year. I would think that if anything were to happen, it will most likely be slightly lower to the 8.2% or so. However, there's going to be some possible catalysts that might actually trigger it over, and I'm going to be talking about it in this video. So first up, we have to talk about the European Union, the EU, actually going through with the embargo that actually is happening, which also increased the price of oil. So there is a possibility that we might actually see an increase in prices for all the energy, gases, and natural oil. Okay, that is going to be a very, very big contributing factor for this month's CPI. Okay, next up, we also have a possible persisting inflationary pressure, which is under the airline fares. Okay, because let's not forget, airline fares actually have two different sort of catalysts bringing it up. The first of all would be the recovery of the whole entire economy. So, as much as the economy is recovering, which is a good thing, people are starting to travel again, people are going out for leisure, people are going out for business trips, people are just traveling as a whole. Okay, so prices of airline fares will definitely be going up. Okay, but let's not forget an additional possibility of airline fares going up even more. A triggering factor would also be oil prices. Okay, because if oil prices continue to go up, airline prices would have to actually go up as well in order for them to actually make some profit on those flights. So, of course, with oil prices going up, airline fares would have to go up as well, which is why it's going to be a persisting inflation indicator for myself. Okay, and then thirdly, of course, we have to talk about the food shortages. Of course, we have already seen all the issues with food shortages, especially in Singapore. It's evident with chicken shortages being cut off from Malaysia. Okay, we have sugar being cut off from India, doing a capping of the export of sugar. And of course, there's going to be creating a lot of secondary alternative food shortages all over the world. Okay, so I don't think that this food shortage is going to strike us immediately in the short term, but in the mid to long term, I do think that we're definitely going to be seeing increase in prices. People are going to either start eating lesser, or people are going to start eating differently. Okay, that way we can actually spread across all the other various poultry, meat, and whatnot, for us to actually be able to get the proper proportion for them according to the price value as well. All right, so I do think that similarly as all the previous 3 to 4 CPI reports that we have, the three things is going to be your food, your energy costs, and also airline fares. That's going to be your three biggest contributor. Something that I do see going to be bring down the possible inflation as well with deflationary indexes. Okay, it's going to be your home fittings, your furnitures, your window coverings, all of those. Okay, because the reason is, if all your real estate sales are actually going down, it means that renovation, okay, redecoration of your house, all this are all going to be going down. Okay, furniture shops are definitely going to be posting lesser of a worse earning report, if you may. Okay, and of course, you can also look at Target, which is also a huge deal with what's going on with Target. Later on in the daily news, I'll be covering that as well. If you're interested, stay tuned for that. You can look at all the retail giants going through a pretty bad quarter. So I do think that we might actually see some of those deflationary value coming in for this CPI report as well. Okay, so personally, I would like to say that if this CPI report, we do see a significant downward trend, okay, then of course it will be very, very good for inflation. Of course, right now we are expecting that the peak inflation to have been completed by last month, which was in May, reporting for April's inflation. So hopefully that is going to be the case. However, I do think that there might be a little bit of a impossibility simply because of the EU's embargo on Russian oil. Okay, so if we actually get through with the Russian oil, I'm not sure how long would it take for oil prices to actually stabilize. However, I think that there will be definitely more deflation measures working around for all the other indexes in the CPI itself. Okay, so I do think that furniture's house fitting, furniture, your window coverings, your floor fittings, your electrical services and such, all those are eventually going to be going down in the next few months. But anyway, those are my expectation for this CPI. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.